And good evening, everybody. I see we have a packed house tonight. Thank you all for coming out. Secretary Moore, will you please call the roll on tonight's Shelby Township Planning Commission meeting, September 9th, 2019.
Mr. Dallo?
Here.
Ms. Boutros?
Here.
Ms. DeSico, absent. Mr. Meredith, absent. Mr. Apone?
Here.
Mr. Flynn is absent. Chairman Moffett is absent. And Acting Chairman Turner?
Here. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. First item is approval of the agenda. We've had a late-minute request to cancel item number 1, which is Herman Walker, Miles on Woods condominiums. He requested to be postponed to a future date uncertain, so when that is rescheduled, we will let everybody know to have our public hearing at that time.
So moved. Support.
Do we need to do that? No. Well,
For the
Yeah,
agenda.
to remove it, yes.
okay, I got you. Moved and supported. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. First item is our site plan number 19-31 SLU 5 for Sergey Levin and Mick Icabelli, Virtual Chaos, 8148 23 Mile Road in Shelby Plaza. Oops. Sorry, I'm going to back up. Not feeling well tonight, so I'm under the weather a little bit. Approval of the minutes for August 12th, 2019.
So move.
Support.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, site plan number 19-31 for Sergey Levin and Mick Icabelli. Yep, come on up. This is going to be we're going to have Secretary Moore read the notice for the public hearing first, so go ahead.
Charter Township of Shelby, notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Planning Commission for the Charter Township of Shelby, Macomb County, Michigan, has received a request for approval of the following special land use. Applicant, Sergey Levin and Mike Icabelli, Virtual Chaos, 8200 East Pearson Street, Shelby Township, Michigan, 48316. Proposed use, virtual reality game room, amusement devices. Location, 8148 23 Mile Road, southeast of 23 Mile Road in Van Dyke. Site plan number 19-31 SLU-5. Sidwell number 23-07-22-101-004. Legal description is as follows. Planning Commission will meet on Monday, September 9th at 7 p.m. in the Shelby Municipal Building, 52700 Van Dyke, Shelby Township, Michigan, 586-726-7243, for the purpose of holding a public hearing on the special land use application. The application for special land use and the site plan may be examined at the Planning and Zoning Department in the municipal building Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Written comments may be submitted to the Planning Commission at the above address to the hearing. Oral comments will be heard during the public hearing. This notice is provided pursuant to the requirements of Michigan Public Act 110 of 2006, as amended, Shelby Township Planning Commission, Jerome Moffett, Chair, Raquel Moore, Secretary. This was published August 21st, 2019 in the CNG newspaper. There were 121 property owners that were notified and 2 applicants. Notices were sent on August 16th, 2019.
Thank you. Mrs. Dunawith, does the publication meet all legal requirements as stipulated in local ordinance and state statute?
Yes, it does.
Could you explain the uses under the present zoning and if the special land use request is appropriate for this district?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This property is currently zoned C3, which is addressed in Shelby Township Zoning Ordinance Section 3.15. Currently, this would be a special land use application pursuant to Section 13.37, now Section 6.5 of the ordinance, and this would fall under an amusement device center, as addressed in Section 4.31.b.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Moore, did we get any correspondence on this?
No, we did not.
All right, thank you. The format for the public hearing will be as follows. Petitioner or his or her representative will give a presentation stating the reasons for the request. Planning commissioners may then ask questions of the petitioner. The floor will be open to the public, and the petitioner may make any concluding remarks. The petitioner is here, so go ahead and let us know what you'd like to do.
So basically, you're saying we state our case as to why we feel this belongs here, or?
If you'd like to, sure.
Well, it's the problem is it's such a new technology that it's not covered in all statutes and things
Well,
like that, so.
what we would like is you make a presentation of what you want to do, so we get an idea of what exactly is you're doing.
We're using it as a gaming center. And it's not pinball machines, it's virtual reality.
Family-oriented, virtual reality, basically.
Come on, have your name and address for the record, sir, first.
Michael Iacobelli, 59 Riverside, Mount Clemens, Michigan.
Okay.
Sergey 11,
Move up to the mic, please.
Sergey 11, East Pearson, 8200 East Pearson, Shelby Township.
Okay.
I live here in Shelby, I have a couple of kids, and I have a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old. And a lot of times you find it's difficult to find something to do with the children. Just find somewhere to take them so they can have fun. And Mick and I, we both work in the display industry, and we work with high-tech equipment all the time. And a couple of years we've been looking at virtual reality, been trying to do something new with it. And now the gaming's, they're coming up pretty
It's a growing
big way. It's a
industry.
growing industry, and we would like to bring something like this to Shelby, to my home, my city, where I live with my kids. And we talked to all neighbors. They think it's a great idea. They think all they're doing is asking when you guys gonna open up so we can bring our kids there. We're trying to create family atmosphere, family fun place, so where the kids can go, just hang out, experience virtual reality. It's a really cool thing. And
It's all self-contained within the unit.
Up to the mic, please.
It's all self-contained. There's no loud music or anything like that. It's basically essentially silent because everybody's inside the virtual reality games. There is no sound. So in terms of meeting all the city's criteria, we're pretty much there in terms of that.
So it's not a traditional gaming area, it's virtual reality. What kind of games are you going to be offering? Just give me an idea.
You can walk around and kill zombies with your friends.
there is a lot of
That'll be popular.
painting. There is a lot of experiences for children.
What's
You
that
can-
one where you kill the fruit all the time?
There's a Fruit Ninja.
Ninja?
We will offer up to 750 different games. Once we open, we will have a variety of games, any kind of experience. You want to experience flying through the city, you can do that. You can go all the way to the top floor of a 120-story building and look down and jump. It will give you the experience. Actually, a lot of companies are using virtual reality to overcome people's fears. It's also kind of a really cool thing.
There's a couple of places like this operating in Michigan. One is in Oxford, and one opened up in Ann Arbor and then moved to Canton. What the hell was the name of that one?
Virtual
Virtual.
VR experience, this will be cool.
Yeah. So basically, we would be the third one in the state. And so we feel it's a real ground floor thing for us anyway. And that's kind of why it's maybe difficult for you guys because, I try to explain it to people and they don't even understand it. So it's his generation.
Right.
It's actually younger than my
Yeah, even
generation.
younger than yours.
Now, on the question I have too is on your floor plan, you have the areas where you're going to be doing the virtual reality. Then you also have a general game area. What is that for?
That's a multiplayer area. There's 4 people within that space. You can play it alone, or you can play with 3 of your
As a team.
friends. And it really is just an open area, just delineated by rubber matting.
Oh, okay.
It's really just an open area.
All right. Any commissioners have any questions for the petitioners?
I just have one.
Go ahead.
What kind of prizes can they win, or do they win any?
It's not a prize thing,
Okay,
no.
so they just,
It's not like Dave and Buster's.
okay.
Nothing there.
Well, that's not a bad idea. You kill enough zombies, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Go ahead, yep.
The opening hours and closing are indicated there, which is no problem with that. And the games I investigated with my kid, that he plays a lot and he enjoys a lot. Obviously, there is no noise or anything because you don't hear him, he just put things in his ears. The thing that I want to verify is the preteen to adult. What is the preteen that could come there with no adult accompanied by adult, I would say?
Like a 12-year-old.
But these should be accompanied by an adult.
Yeah,
My concern is the ages that is not gonna be accompanied by an adult. These are the teenagers. If they all accompanied by adult, that's no issue because it's fine, but
We can set that up with no problem. To be honest, I hadn't even thought about that. I don't know if you did, but
Yeah, I did.
anybody under the age of 17 has to have an adult with them. I think we prefer
gonna be
that.
There's going to be a consent they'll have to sign. It's our attorney's putting it together right now. So before a person starts playing a video game, we have to make sure that they have no seizures, because virtual reality can cause seizures. Certain games are rated R, so we want to make sure that those kids don't have access to those games. And of course, if you got a 12-year-old child, you can't just leave a kid by himself in our store and just let him wander around. You need to have an adult present, a parent. We also have a lounge area in our blueprint where parents can actually sit down, relax, and watch a little bit of TV or wait for their kids to done playing.
The waiver is actually like 7 pages,
Yeah, the waiver is
and
long.
it's one of those that takes your picture as you're signing the document. So obviously, anybody under the age of 18 can't even sign a legal document. So if they don't sign the document, they don't play.
thank you.
Thank you. Speaking of sitting down, have you started moving furniture in yet?
No.
Okay, there's some stuff there that must have been left over from before.
From the previous
All right.
tenant.
Okay.
We're not doing anything.
All right, you can sit down for a second. This is the only public hearing the Planning Commission will hold on the special land use request. All remarks will be entered into the record for Township Board evaluation. We are a recommending body, and the Township Board will evaluate our recommendation, which is the legislative body. The Township Board will make the final decision on the special land use request. Anybody in the audience wish to come speak for or against, please do so now. Seeing none, I'll bring it back up to the board. Nick, I know you did the review on this, so why don't you go ahead?
So the virtual gaming center, as discussed by the applicants, is a almost entirely contained unit, and they address the 5 standards set forth for gaming centers in the C3 district that control accessibility, security, control of nuisance like noise, pollution, and then the number of gaming devices, which they all fall well in line with. Overall, I'd say welcoming this industry into Shelby at the location where it is now in the corner of the strip mall would be a good use for that parcel, good use for that strip mall. It would complement what already exists there. And it would put Shelby on the map as a forward-thinking, technologically forward township.
That's it? Okay, thank you. I do have one more question. You mentioned security. The adequacy of security shall be considered by the Shelby Township Police Department. Have they reviewed this at all?
Yes, they reviewed it.
They did? No trouble with it? Okay.
No trouble for them.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have any, you have anything else to say? Or,
What he said at the end, it does,
well, if you're going to,
it's forward thinking.
okay, make sure you sign in, not now, but after we're done, okay. At this point, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So move.
Support.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Planning Commission's recommendation must be based on the following standards: compatibility with adjacent land uses, consistent with and promote the intent and purpose of the special land use, compatibility with the natural environment, consistent with the capacities of public services and facilities affected by the proposed use, protect the public health, safety, and welfare, and the adequacy of public access to the site. Planning Commission may recommend approval, disapproval, or table this request to evaluate the information received tonight. Motion would be in order.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I recommend approval to the Township Board for the special land use application number 19-31, SLU-5, to permit the establishment of a virtual reality gaming center at 8148 23 Mile Road based on the following findings. Number 1, adequate access is available to this site from Van Dyke Avenue and 23 Mile Road. 2, all activities will be completely enclosed in the building. 3, the proposed use will facilitate the occupancy of a vacant commercial unit in the Shelby Plaza Shopping Center. 4, noise from the virtual gaming devices will be negligible. 5, there will be no more than 1 device for every 50 square foot of area. 6, the business does not operate beyond 10 p.m. on weekdays and 11 p.m. on weekends.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Boutros, supported by Commissioner Rapone. Any questions on the motion?
Mr. Turner, I
Yes,
would
Mr.
like
Dello.
to add 17 and under to be accompanied by an adult.
Is that okay with the motion maker?
Yes.
Seconder?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make that change. Any other questions? Hearing none. Commissioner Boutros,
Yes.
Commissioner Rapone,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Dallow.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries. Good luck with virtual chaos.
Congratulations.
Make sure you both sign in. Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, next item is site plan 19-32 for Christopher Cosno, CP Ventures, vacant land, lot number 14, at the Danview Technology Park, north of 23 Mile Road, west of Shaner, an industrial building. I see the applicant is here. Come on down, let us know what you'd like to do.
Good evening. I am Brett Baker, representing CP Ventures. Mr. Cousineau was not able to attend this evening. We are planning a new warehouse facility for some of our construction operations, and that's what this building represents. It'll be on our inside of our existing yard area, which is completely screened right now. The fence will be designed to tie back into the building so that the construction operations, the dirty part of the job, is all kept behind the screen fence. Pretty straightforward industrial building on Danview Tech Court. It'll match in appearance everything else that's on the road and complement.
That's it? Okay. Julie, go ahead, you do the review.
Yes, I just had a few comments, mostly just housekeeping items, relatively small, and shouldn't be a problem with just making those minor corrections. The one thing is the building along the north property line is directly on the property line, so you're going to have to get approval from the adjacent.
On the building,
The building.
this proposed building is being built on the north property line.
Right, so it's
And the property to
directly
the north is also owned by me.
by you guys. Okay, that's fine. The fence along the east property is located in the front yard setback, so a variance will be required.
That fence is existing now, and was approved almost 20 years ago.
Okay.
In its present location.
Okay.
So why would a variance need to be done?
Because at that point, there was no building on there, so it was, we couldn't, I mean, obviously, you couldn't see that the fence was, in front of the building. Now that the fence is protruding into the front setback past the building, a variance will be required. I'll look into that, and we'll go from there. But the other
Yeah, 'cause
item.
the fence was approved in that location years ago.
Right. Indicate the location and screening for the trash receptacle, if there's going to be one, and,
Any trash receptacles are inside the screen fence.
Okay.
And we use roll-off dumpsters.
Okay.
Because regular dumpsters don't work, so having an enclosure for them is very difficult.
okay, so you're
Possible.
not going to have one on the site?
Will not. They'll
Okay.
be roll-off dumpsters.
Okay. I think those were all my comments.
Okay. Any commissioners have any questions?
I do.
Go ahead, Mrs. Boutros.
So there is just one line going through the building. I don't know what that line represents.
I think that is a platted lot line. That's one of the the property lines that are there. There's multiple lots that we own, so that's just the line between lots. I don't know if it's lot 14 and 15.
So.
It doesn't represent anything other than that.
So your proposed site, it's on one parcel right now? It's not on two lots?
It's on a lot and a half. But that's how it's split already, or was done years ago. I think they're just showing that original platted line, which doesn't necessarily exist as
I
part
know,
of the
but
property
are
anymore.
they combined into one parcel? So you have the building on one lot and then the parking lot on the other lot?
No. They're all on one lot.
So it's all like, they're combined into one parcel now?
Yes, they've been that way for quite a while.
Okay. That's all I have, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, a motion would be in order.
Mr. Turner,
Go ahead, Mr. Dallo.
I move to approve site plan 19-32 Christopher Kirchner CP Venture LP for DEI Electric parcel number 23-07-14, 415 and 007. Oh, it's one lot, 00. Subject to the submission of revised site plan addressing all departments and engineering comments.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Dallo, supported by Commissioner Opone. Any questions on the motion? I do have one question. Do we need to add in there, subject to any necessary variances from the
Yes.
ZBA?
Yes.
I will.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Hearing none. Commissioner Dallo?
Yes.
Commissioner Opone?
Yes.
Commissioner Boutros?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. You're all set. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, Planning Director's report. Julie?
No, I don't have anything.
Mr. Dallo?
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Turner.
Is there support?
Support.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Good night, everyone.
The splash pad at Gene Shepherd Park is your place to have fun in the sun in Shelby Township. Residents of Shelby Township and Utica can bring their children of all ages to the splash pad. Open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Memorial Day through Labor Day, weather permitting. Daily passes are $2, or an annual family pass can be purchased for $25. Adults are free to enter the splash pad, and kids under 12 must be accompanied by an adult. For more information about the splash pad, you can call the Shelby Township Parks and Recreation Office at 586-731-0300.
It's the funnest place in the world!
Among Shelby Township's greatest assets are the world-class recreational opportunities it provides to residents. Within its borders, the township offers more than 1,100 acres in township parks, sports fields, playgrounds, and trails. Shelby Township provides an escape for nature lovers with many of its parks. Home to more than 100 species of native birds and animals, including nesting American bald eagles, and more than 80 species of trees, shrubs, wildflowers, it's hard not to fall for the township's beauty. Along with its parks and recreation facilities and programs, Shelby Township is home to Cherry Creek Golf Club, one of the finest public golf and banquet destinations in Michigan. The township also shares the 4,000-acre Stony Creek Metro Park, which is home to the beautiful and tranquil 500-acre Stony Creek Lake. Shelby Township also hosts part of the Macomb Orchard Trail, a 24-mile hike and bike path that connects 180 miles of trails across southeastern Michigan. Shelby Township's parks and access to the Clinton River are the heart of what makes the township a better place to play. Add the township's hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails, and it's easy to recognize Shelby Township's access and opportunity for recreation are like no other places in the region. Among these trails is the westernmost portion of the Macomb Orchard Trail, which spans from the township's western border and ends in downtown Richmond. There are also trails that connect the township's 800-acre Riverbends Park to Lake St. Clair. Shelby Township is also home to a key connection of the Macomb County 70-mile trail loop and the planned Iron Bell Bike Trail, which will ultimately connect the city of Detroit to the state of Wisconsin. Shelby Township's trails offer residents and visitors a scenic mix of up-north hikes and great asphalt bike paths. All of these amenities ensure that no matter what your outdoor interests might be, there is a place in Shelby Township for you and your family. A better place.